I'm Mary V. Today, let's talk about the difference between concentration and focus. So, when you're learning the violin, have you ever played with a really good player and there was an amazing sense of security and confidence emanating from that player? It seems unbelievable that they could play so accurately, be so calm and confident, and as if there's a sort of something that they know in their core. And when you're a young player and you first experience this, and I'm sure most of you have, you really want to have that. And as you go through your experiences, your musical experiences, you kind of start realizing that you're also creating that around you. Now, it doesn't mean to say that I always play in tune or I'm, the greatest violinist in the world. But I do know what happens when you develop and what happens to a violinist as they develop this incredible skill. There's so many processes going on. There's the physical, there's the left hand, the right hand, integrating that. There's thinking, there's the feeling of music, there's the emotions, there's just so many things that there's taking in what everyone is doing in the orchestra, the group, the pianist, whatever it is you're doing. And to be able to grow that, let's talk about how to grow that. And it really comes from focusing. Now, focusing is a little bit different from concentration. Concentration can be described as concentrating on one thing, extreme focus on one thing. But that's fine. A violinist needs to develop a way of having focus on a lot of things at once, and it's an amazing thing to be able to do. For example, you've got to be able to know what you're doing, the inner processes, hear what you're doing, but also to be able to hear and incorporate what's happening around you in the orchestra or the other musicians. And so concentration doesn't really help you because concentration is sort of as a narrowing of focus. Whereas focus leads to a wide field of awareness that you can call it being in the zone. So you start to do individual things like think about the left hand, think about the right hand. You start to integrate them, and then you start to integrate that into the music, then into the situation. For example, if you're playing in a big hall, you're listening to the fellow musicians. Anything can happen. You've got this ability to adjust and everything. So coming from concentrating from one individual thing to being able to encompass as much as you can everything that's happening in that musical event at the time is something that takes experience and grows. It does grow. Being in the zone grows. It's very helpful to start becoming aware of growing your being in the zone, because it's very helpful and it kind of speeds it up if you're tuned into it. So when you're practicing and say take a big shift and you're not really getting it, you're always flat or there's something happening, you need to have a look at that. And if you concentrate on it, that's one thing, the actual shift, how you shift and everything. But you need a little bit more in order to integrate it. For example, if you discover during just before that shift that you're a bit scared of it, you're anticipating it, you're starting to tighten up, great, you're aware of all those things, you practice not tightening up and everything. Now, once you've got that and you're aware of all those processes, and you practice relaxing and doing other things, all the things you need to do, that gets integrated into your zone, as it were. So focus leads to growing the zone. So self-discovery, examining things, yes, taking it all apart, but when you put it together, it widens your field of awareness. So just as well to be very aware of what's going on, because the inner game of violin is a lot more than practicing physically the left hand, practicing physically the right hand. No, it's about becoming more aware and allowing yourself to learn how to ride along with the flow of music. And I hope I've helped you a little bit, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.